Right, so we looked at propositional logic operators. Now we need to look at some examples. Right, so these are the operators in their truth value outputs. Let's look at conversion from English to first order logic. So we call this first order logic, and this is English. So Peter likes the house if and only if it has 7 bathrooms and is not used as a guest house. So how do we deal with such a question? First, we need to highlight all the operators around. So we've got an if and only if here. We have got and conjunction here. We've got a negation here. Now we need to identify these. So Peter likes a house is T. House having 7 bathrooms is R, and used as a guest house is S. Right. So we end up with T if and only if R and not S. Now we have a problem. How do we know T if and only if R and not S? How do we interpret this? Right. So we have what we call a hierarchy for these operators. We have a hierarchy for these operators. The strongest operator is negation. So negation is number 1. Number 2 is conjunction. Number 3 is disjunction. Number 4 is implication. Number 5 is if and only if. So these are the operators present. Now, if we have a statement like this, then we first start by coming, okay, let's put brackets here. What is the next, the strongest one? We're going to put brackets over there. Then we can put brackets over there. So by simplifying, we can see that we are going to have T implies if and only if R and not S, like that. So this is way better to deal with. So do we have something like that? It is going to be option T if and only if R, and so it will be option 3. All right. The next one, unless Peter does not like the house, Susan saves and buys a house used as a guest house. So unless, right, remember, unless it's not Q implies P, right? So unless Peter does not like house, so that is Q, is this one. And then Susan saves, we've got an operator here, and then we've got a negation over here. Right. So what are we going to do? So unless Susan buys a house, this is the, unless Susan buys a house, this is the Q, and then all this is the P. Right. So we then say, not Peter does not like a house. So Peter liking a house is T, not Peter liking a house. Peter does not like a house. Implies, what does it imply? Susan saves P and buys a house Q, and it's used as a guest house S. So we then have double negation gives us T implies P and Q and S. Right, you can try and track through what I did, why I put brackets on P and Q and S, and then I put brackets there using the hierarchy of operators. So the correct answer would then be, right, Peter likes the house if and only if it has 7 bathrooms and not used as a guest house. Peter likes the house. I think we did this T. If and only if it has 7 bathrooms are and not used as a guest house. So I think we did this So it's going to be option 3. Then we're asked to convert a first order logic statement to English. So a simple conversion is if S then R. So if the house is used as a guest house, then R, the house is 7 bathrooms. Then option 1, we see the house is used as a guest house if it is. So this is the if then. The if would say, so it's P implies Q is interpreted as if P, then Q, Q if P, and P only if Q. All right. So any one of these interpretations would work for that. If R, then S, R if S, and S only if R. So the house is used as a guest house. So what is our R? R is the house, say 7 bathrooms. This is S. And then this is R. Yes, that's correct. So if it is 7 bathrooms, then it is used as a guest house. R is the bathroom has 7 bathrooms. S is the house is used as a guest house. So this is not the correct interpretation. The house is used as a guest house only if it has 7 bathrooms. So here we're starting with S. The house is used as a guest house. So it's S implies R. So this looks correct. The house is used as a guest bedroom and it has 7 bathrooms. So this is R and S. The house does not have 7 bathrooms or is used as a bathroom. So this is a negation over there. And so the correct option there would be option 2. Right, not P implies, not Q implies, and R. So this part says not Q and R. Susan does not buy a house and the house has 7 bathrooms. So Susan does not buy a house with 7 bathrooms. So Susan does not buy a house that does not, no, we need the house to have 7 bathrooms. Does not buy a house with 7 bathrooms. We are making progress. Buys a house with 7 bathrooms. No. Does not buy a house with 7 bathrooms. Right. So we have eliminated these 2. We're now left with 2. And then we look at the 2. Unless Susan saves. So unless we are saying if Susan does not save, then she does not buy. So here we're saying if not P, if Susan does not save, then she does not buy a house with 7 bathrooms. So if Susan does not save, this looks correct. Susan does not buy a house with 7 bathrooms if she saves. So I'm hearing if she saves, which is P, P implies that. So this is also wrong. So the correct one is option 2. Right. Then lastly, let's look at this. We have got if and only if. Then we have the left and we have the right. So not Q and T. Susan does not buy a house and Peter likes the house. So S is the house is used as a guest house. So the house is used as a guest house if and only if Susan does not buy it and Peter likes it. So we're looking for something with if and only if. So the house is used as a house if Susan does not buy it but Peter likes it, no? If the house is used as a guest house, Susan does not buy it but Peter likes it, no? The house is used as a guest house if and only if Susan does not buy it but Peter likes it. So remember, this is a conjunction, so this is the correct one. The house is used as a guest house or Sam does not buy it but Peter likes it. We've got a disjunction over here. So this is also wrong. So this is one way of doing it. So in the next video, we're going to look at examples again, but we're going to look at them from a structural perspective.